ERC1155s. Let's go.
What the hell is an ERC1155? I don't know what that is.
It's an ERC that has 2 1s and 2 5s.
Why do they make standards like that?
I think it's. I think I like it. I think it's a nice number. It's easy to say, 1155. If I would have to say 1155, then it would suck.
Why not 1111? It would be easier.
Maybe there is an ERC 1111. I'll never check it.
We need to explore that. We need to explore further.
I think if there is an 1155, there should be an 1111 because they are in sequential order. Might be deprecated.
Yeah. We need to search for that.
Let's see.
Okay, so what is the purpose of ERC 1155? Checking 1111?
Of course. There is one.
You found it?
There is.
I didn't.
An 1111, also known as the Red T protocol. Done with it. With this name, I'm never inspecting what it does. Okay.
Red T. Okay. Yeah, we need to check that out.
Seriously, 1155, the ERC is get ERC20s, ERC721s, mix them, and you have 1155.
Just like that? Just like
yeah.
That.
Now we're done.
That's kind of crazy.
Now, the idea is that there are use cases for you to have a mixed bag of tokens, right? Fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens. And if you have to deploy a smart contract to each class of tokens that you create, for instance, let's imagine a game, for instance. You have 100 types of coins in your game. You have 1,000 collections of 100 items each, right? That would represent in the old standards, the ERC20s and ERC721s, that would represent 1,000 ERC721 contract deployments and 100 ERC20s for all the coins, right? And that is expensive.
Yeah. So you would have to deploy one contract by each NFT collection.
Yeah, because you cannot
one
mix
ERC20 contract for each fungible
exactly
token
right. So you could not mix in the same contract everything, right? And that's what 1155 brings to the table, is that you can now in the same contract mint NFTs, fungible tokens, and a mix of the two, which is the semi-fungible, which is
that is crazy. I can't even conceptualize that.
Let's think of an example. Our houses again, right? I create an NFT collection. An NFT. I tokenize my house, and you want to also tokenize your house. So we can put a contract on the Ethereum blockchain that tokenizes houses, and each owner of the house can go there and mint one NFT that has 1 million copies. So the ownership of each of our houses, for instance, my house has 1 million copies of that NFT, or a million units of that NFT. So the ownership of my house would be shared among those people, right? That own those tokens. Initially, I could sell those tokens to other people, and they would have parts of the ownership with me, and then they start trading it, and they think that my house gets more value, and so on. So those units are fungible. between each other,
Oh,
but they are connected
okay.
to
Let
a
me see.
non-fungible item.
Okay,
Right?
let me see if I got this right. It's very similar to have a company stock options, stocks. Sorry. So your company would be the NFT, and then the stocks would be the fungible tokens inside the NFT, something like that.
Could be something like that, and the contract could be a stock market, an entire stock market.
Yeah, I see.
Right?
Yeah. I get it.
So there would be an owner, which is the SEC, that approves the listings, right? And by approving a listing of a stock, they would mint the initial supply and send it to the respective owners, or they would allow those owners to do that transaction, because usually governing bodies don't like to have much work, right? They just delegate the work to others. They just want the money, right? So you pay $1 billion, and they are happy and they approve, and then you do the job.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, okay, I think I'm clear with that. Okay, so do the tokens have to comply to the same code? I mean, if you put this contract, do all the tokens that you create need to comply with this code, or you can somehow, okay, you will function this way. This token will function this way.
There's always a level of explicit behavior of each token. Only a very basic use case doesn't implement anything besides the standard, right? So usually you have some kind of workflow for minting and burning and doing all those things. So whether you implemented it with using an 1155 or a 721 or an ERC20, you will have to have those workflows addressed, and this is not different. The only difference is that fungible tokens in an 1155 are not the same thing as ERC20s, right?
Yeah.
They are not interchangeable. You have to use wallets that are you or that know the 1155 standard.
It's more specific, right?
To allow to transfer those tokens, and actually the 1155 is not meant to be a public token anyway, right? It's more for use cases like we talked about gaming or tokenization of real world assets, for instance, which is a big thing today, or any specific use case. It's not a standard like for using tokens for stable coins or whatever, right? So
Okay.
that's why the standard doesn't implement too much functions, right?
Yeah, well, it's really small. Yeah.
Really small. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm cool with it.
So basically,
the other question that I had was
basically the difference in the 1155 and the 721 is that each ID corresponds to a number of tokens that we can define when minting, right? So if you want to define an NFT, you will have a value of 1, which is each token is represented by a single unit. That's it, right? If you want to define more, you can, right?
Yeah, I see.
Easy.
Okay, I think I'm happy with it. The other question that I had was if this contract supports both fungible and non-fungible at the same time, which you already answered before. I don't have any other questions about this.
Okay, perfect. So